Alrighty, welcome, Alrighty, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this Archer Bracket quarterfinal knockout stage set. We are on game one here on Langanati, and in the blue corner on the Khmer we have TechHead, and in the red corner on the Bulgarians we have the Fool. And this is close to what I said we were gonna see.
Yeah, Tea Time, have you seen much Bulgarians on this map yet?
So much, dude. I think
Really?
I've seen it
Okay.
like 7 or 8 times, honestly.
Okay.
Uh,
Interesting.
the Man-at-Arms rush goes so hard on this map.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's actually, if the Fool can pull this off, I think this could be a quick game one. But we'll just have to see. The Khmer have a lot of options. They're very comfortable in a lot of openings. And I said we were going to see Bulgarians against either the Khmer or what was the other option?
Yeah, I'm not
Sorry,
sure.
I'm checking.
If this game goes to Castle Age, I'm not sure you beat Krepos and Conix if you are the Khmer player. It'll be interesting to see if the game gets to that point. Because I'm just not sure
I'm sorry, I was
what
wrong.
race.
I said we were going to see Georgians on this map.
Hmm.
So we're seeing
Yeah,
Bulgarians.
Georgians are my civ of choice for this map for sure. But I don't know how the Khmer beat the Krepos and Conix play. If you can get that going in early castle, it's going to be really, really tough for TechHead to stop.
Yeah, the only advantage the Khmer have is they do have a pretty good siege workshop, but they
Okay.
lack BBC, so that could be a problem in early
Yeah,
castle. I
it's not
definitely,
super helpful against the Conix, right?
yeah.
You don't really want to be making too much siege against Conix and Krepos.
This could be an awkward situation here for the Khmer player. I'd love to see what sort of early aggression we're going to see. The Khmer are famously good for having a great farming eco, which can lend itself
Hmm.
to a fantastic scout rush into knights. We've also seen archers into knights for the Khmer, going for that wood gold unit to prevent having to spend food early. Now, I think a lot can be said about these first lumber camps, and I think we've had this conversation before, T Money. But
We have.
I love the lumber camp from the Fool. I think TechHead is already putting himself in a disadvantaged position, not going for that gold early, early, early.
And
Out of
I
a,
have been a proponent. I've been a proponent of the back lumber camp, but I do feel like in this matchup, if I'm the Fool, I want to be ready to move forward and I want to be controlling that middle at all times. So I don't I don't actually mind it here from him, and I don't mind it in general. I feel like it comes down to more of a preference thing. What I do question, if the Fool is going to go for the play that I mentioned, it's going to be really tough to get the stone. That is something that is very tricky on this map. Is getting consistent access to stone with these awkward stone placements on the outside.
well, if I'm not mistaken, a Conic costs what, 350 stone, right?
The Krepos, yeah, it
Yeah,
costs I think 350, yeah.
yeah. So each of these stone piles is actually going to be a crepost.
Yeah. Yeah, that is interesting.
And we do already see the barracks going down near the pond in the middle. I would have loved
Yeah.
to see the Fool come forward with 3 vills and take this shorefish, maybe even dock, but I like the forward barracks either way. Now, the big issue here is if TechHead's able to scout this early, there could be an archer opening response from TechHead, which could negate a lot of the timing attack of this men-at-arms rush. Now it's hard to beat the Men-at-Arms rush as the militia are being queued. Um, and we are sending a couple more to gold just to be able to get enough gold to go 3 Men-at-Arms. Half of our eco is idle, the Fool. Where are we
Yeah.
going? Where are we going? Okay, we're milling
He's going to
the
the
shorefish.
shorefish
Good.
and he's sends some back to berries.
Okay,
Good.
good. This is
Would have
really
loved
good
to have
then.
seen that. Yeah, would have loved to have seen that happen about a minute earlier, 2 minutes
Yes.
maybe, but he is getting what he needs out onto the map right now. So well played from him. Yeah, those shorefish are going to be a lot of food for him.
100%.
And he still has the berries at home.
If we're gonna keep mining gold, I'd love to see a mining camp. We don't quite have the wood right now because we only
Yeah,
have 3
that's
on wood. So this is
that's
kind of
helpful.
hurting my soul. What are we still getting
And
gold
this is
for,
one of the
actually?
awkward. This is one of the awkward things about this map, right?
Wait,
Like,
we only made 1 militia.
hmm,
The fool?
yeah, I would want to see 3 or so, maybe 4 into a 4th militia with the resources he has.
Oh
Like the time
no. We
he hits
waited till
feudal and
feudal.
realizes, yeah,
Man.
he realizes. Luckily, they do produce somewhat quickly. He will have a little bit of timing here, but this is where the back wood line is actually helpful because it's going to take 5 to 7 business days for these men at arms to get to this wood line.
Yeah, 100%. Now, I'm a big proprietor where if you go men at arms and you're struggling to find damage, just kill houses. Yep, there's the DC. Let's go ahead and open up the second rec here.
Yeah. Even though I said don't be alarmed, I still got scared for a
It
second.
scared me a little bit too, I'm not even gonna lie. Alright, I'm paused at 2 seconds in the second rec.
All
Hold
right,
on, did
I'm
they
almost there.
replay? Did they
Oh no.
restart?
Did
Do they
they?
not know how to restore?
Uh Interesting.
Oh, Uh, if a fair restore file is available, use that to finish the game. If no fair restore file is available, then the in-game time is under 25 minutes, restart the game. If the game time is over 25 minutes, it's up to the players to decide whether to restart or the player to win who's clearly in the lead. So because it was sub 25 minutes, they just replay.
Interesting. Okay, well, I am loaded into the game. Before we click play here, let's just talk about this for a second. Um, so for one thing, this generation is very strange. We don't
Yeah.
typically see this very much. Like this is actually hurting my brain a little bit to look at. But we do see the east-west generation here, so that's one interesting note. And then the other interesting thing is if Tech had looked at the map, as I'm sure he would, as that game disconnected, he will have seen the men at arms coming forward. So that's a big advantage for TechHead to know that that is coming.
Mm-hmm.
Should the fool choose to go for the same strategy again?
Alrighty. Where are you paused at?
I'm at 2 seconds.
3, 2, 1, and welcome to the restart of Game 1 of this Archer Bracket quarterfinal. And yeah, no, I definitely agree with you on the whole not having the advantage anymore, not having that surprise. The one thing I will say is we've seen the Bulgarians go for this strat enough on this map that this could honestly be good for the Fool. The Fool kind of missed his timing, didn't get the militia made fast
Yeah.
enough, didn't really have them where he needed to. And so I think maybe this redo could benefit the Fool for timing, or it could benefit for TechHead to know that he needs to go fast archers.
Yeah, I agree. And I can't get over this generation, right? So the way that this game's graphics are, right? Like tell me it doesn't feel so much further away to east to west than it does north to south in this situation. Like
It
it feels like the players are ages away from each other when in reality it is the same number of tiles. It just looks a little different.
I definitely agree that east to west feels longer. I think part of that's due to the fact that everything goes upwards, which kind of
Yeah.
makes it feel like it's closer in a way,
Hmm.
due to the fact that like your TC goes up, your trees go up, like everything points upwards into the sky, kind of making it feel like everything is more close. Whereas east to west, that's not really a factor, right? We actually have the genuine size of the buildings. So I definitely get what you're saying there. We did have a bit of a color switch though. The Fool is in blue now. TechHead's in red. So don't get confused by that. And we do see once again the Fool 3 Vills on Lumber on that front gold. And this time TechHead has changed his mind and he's going for the forward wood line.
He does. Yep.
Interesting.
And this feels so much safer, even though it's not. That's the crazy thing about this generation. I don't know. Um, but yeah, I mean, interesting. So we already see some differences from at least one player from game number, well, not game number one, but part one or the first try. I wish I had known that. We could have just not watched that first game, but you know, it is interesting to now compare what happens in this game.
I'm so sorry I missed the last part of that. My roommate and sister came over and was like, started talking to me and then goes, "Wait, are you working?" And I was like, "Yup." And she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." So, what was the last like 2 sentences you said, if you remember?
Oh, yeah. So, with the restart, we could have, actually not watched the first game, but it will be interesting now to actually compare the differences between the two games.
I agree. I think that could be important, genuinely. Um, Now, I do think that maybe TechHead went for the forward woodline, maybe thinking that the Fool knew he went for the back the first time, so that he's going
Oh,
to be looking
interesting.
there. I think both of
Yeah.
these players might get in their own heads a little bit about what the opponent saw from the first game, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Now,
And one thing we didn't mention, which I think is a big benefit for TechHead here, moving forward with the lumber camp rather than placing it in the back, is the garrisoning inside the houses with the Khmer. That
mm,
really gives you a lot of safety moving forward with that lumber camp.
100%. Which means I even more disliked the the lumber
Yeah,
camp choice for
no,
TechHead in game
I
one.
agree. I agree when you consider that. That's a bit of a tiebreaker there for sure.
Now, what I'd like to see different from the Fool this time is when he goes forward for fish, I want to see a dock rather than a mill. The dock he can drop shore fish off out of, and I'd love to see even just one fishing ship. That food is going to be so helpful, especially if
Yeah.
you're going men at arms.
Yeah, the food can be awkward on this map because you tend to, even if you do come forward with the mill, you tend to run out of the berries and the fish kind of all at the same time. And if you're not ready for it, it can be really problematic. So I agree. I have um, become more of a proponent of the dock forward over time. Even though the mill is a little cheaper, which can help out a little bit, I
True.
do think the dock is the right play.
That is true. If you're going for some sort of strat where the wood is tight, the mill can make sense. Now,
You also,
Feudalage is coming in a little earlier for TechHead this time, so the Fool is not going to have as much of a lead, but the Fool is still up first with the same pop due to the 24 seconds of idle time versus 16 seconds, and we see that reflected here in the feudal times. And we do see the full 3 militia made this time. The Fool is cleaning up
yeah,
the build order, and will this restart actually give him an advantage?
it certainly looks like it right now because well, unfortunately for the Fool, he did not scout which wood line his opponent was on. I do think that's very important if you're going to go for this early aggression. You need to have that scout out as soon as your opponent goes for the lumber camp to know
Mm-hmm.
where they are. He
100.
is gonna steal this hurtable. No, runs right past. Oh, he does get it. He's gonna lose it.
Oh, where are the men at arms going? We didn't
They're
scout our
going.
opponent at all.
Yep,
We are
and you see
raw
that
dogging men at arms right now.
he's thinking about going to the back because that's what he saw in in
Dude.
the first
So
try
the
at this game.
timing was better, but the scouting was worse.
Yep, yep, and you look at that. He's walking straight to the back. Nope, now
Oh, is he
he
showing?
doesn't know what to
Oh,
do.
he's
He doesn't know what to
showing.
do.
Go for the houses. Honestly, at this point, you just start hitting something.
Well, yeah, I mean, now
You
he's
you
gonna know
scout with
where
your
his
scout.
opponent is.
You scout with
Yeah,
your scout, but then you okay? Are we finding it? Are we figuring it out? Come on, man.
TechMed is TechHead is panicking right now, dropping a stable, lots of idle vills around the TC. The men-at-arms are not going to be there in time. The
Take
walls
out the
will go
stable.
up. Yeah, he gets the stable down. I think you just attack this stable, and that's
Honestly,
exactly what he's
yeah.
going to do.
Otherwise, you're just gonna waste time walking around. And if we see scouts trickled out, it's not gonna matter.
No, you're not going to be able to engage against this with 1 or 2 scouts, obviously. And nice walls on the wood line for TechHead as well.
This is just not the net map for men-at-arms, and yet we see on this fractal and ARB is where we see the most men-at-arms, and we're actually going to be seeing a 5th men-at-arms come out.
I actually do like the infantry play on this map. You know of my patented Georgian's Drush on this map.
Yeah.
But, you have to scout your opponent. That you have to know where your opponent is before you send those units out. I mean,
what is the
it's
fool
just
doing?
the
Sorry. He
fool
threw away.
right-clicked
He
the
literally threw
stable.
away
Yeah.
4 men-at-arms because he wasn't paying attention.
Yep, loses another one.
Wow, is this spear going to be enough?
Clears up all the scouts. Okay. Well, a little sloppy from both players there, honestly, but it will be pretty much equalized here in terms of army numbers.
I feel like both of these players are feeling really thrown off by the restart.
100%. Yeah.
Even though the timing was better for the fool, he didn't scout his opponent at all. I think he just assumed that his opponent was going to do the same thing.
Yeah, imagine if he knew where his opponent was. Those men-at-arms just loop around to the south of the pond and hit that wood line first.
Immediately,
like that's
yeah.
the first place they go. That is a lot of damage, and you have now taken your opponent completely off of wood. And he's going to have to relocate, and then you can find where he relocates to, right? So it's
I really
want to
see this stable finish off, but we do see an archery range in the back now.
And the panic mill to build some farms at home from the fool. His eco is looking really disgusting at home. Like, this is really, really rough. 0 on food. Does drop the farms. Can drop even more farms if he wants.
The fool is definitely feeling thrown off here, I think.
Absolutely, yeah. He's going to be kicking himself. He does take down the stable. He does go back and finish off that stable, which is really nice. That is honestly, it doesn't make the men-at-arms worth it, but at least you did take away something.
Yeah, and
clear up a single archer here.
You've also made it so that if TechHead wants to go knights, he has to invest another, what is it, 150 wood?
175.
175.
Yeah.
Wow. And if you're trying to go on farms, that's 2.5 farms, right? Or no, that's almost 3 farms.
That's about 3 farms.
Yeah, that's about 3 farms.
And the TechHead he was housed for a moment here. He did get it up. But lots of idle vills here for both players, honestly. Pretty rough stuff here from both. I think what you're saying is correct. Both players are feeling very out of sorts here.
Make a second barracks? Not now that the archers are coming out? Yeah, no, but before this you could have gotten away with it. Now we need to see these 4 men-at-arms go to that wood line.
Yeah, I think you can make a second barracks to the south of the pond, right?
Yeah.
If you're in between those 2 wood lines, or somewhere in that range, in between the pond and the red gold, like,
yes,
you're fine making a second barracks there. You don't really want another barracks at home.
I agree.
But you can just keep making infantry out of that barracks and attacking that wood line. And between both of those, you're going to be able to take your opponent completely off of wood.
Oh my gosh, please move your military, the fool. Do anything with it. Because we've invested a lot into this. Honestly, we could have taken out the archery range by now, I think.
Yeah, he's not sure what to do with them.
That's why I always say, if you've got men-at-arms and you don't know what to do with them, just plop them next to a production building. Plop them next to a house. It doesn't.
He did scout. He did scout the gold at home. So if nothing else, he can look at his map and he'll know that his opponent is on that gold.
Yeah.
Because he won't have chopped through to the other gold yet. He is going to attack the archery range though, which I like.
But I feel like it's way late. Like,
it is way late.
This should have been down by now. Okay, we didn't click the range this time.
And the Fool is building a forward archery range, but he is going to lose some men-at-arms here.
Is this for skirms? Man, I'd love to see
Uh,
Castle Age way more than 3 skirms.
Agree. Yeah, TechHead is going to click up here. Yep.
What?
TechHead has clicked up to the Castle Age.
Sorry, that's not what I'm whatting. I'm whatting the fact that we just walked the archers over here, and we are thinking we can build a tower with 1 bill.
Yeah.
We literally were walking the archers this way. Archers are not knights.
Yeah.
Archers are not blind.
Yeah, they're not going to be too happy when they see that tower foundation.
It is going to be another stable for TechHead in the exact same position, but this
And
time with
the
Castle Age Knights.
The Fool's going to panic down a market because he has 700 gold and still can't click up to Castle Age. And he will be able to click up as soon as this market completes. But really rough timing here for the Fool. He would have liked to have clicked up a minute or so ago.
Why are we floating 800 gold
Yeah.
in Feudal Age?
And he still hasn't clicked up. Archers arrive, so now
Man,
his
he
attention's
really
gonna
wants
be-
to drop this tower when he could just be going for a crep host.
The Fool needs to look at his base. He still hasn't clicked. Okay, now he clicks castle, and that is really painful. That's 2 minutes of his life that he would like back, for sure.
Oof.
And he's losing the skirms under the TC, and the tower is going to be denied once again.
The Fool, buddy, pal, friend. I'm worried about you.
I'm worried for him as well. This is not looking too good for him.
And this is going to be Knights for TechHead. He's going to have 2 Knights out, and the Fool still won't be in Castle.
And the Fool is completely unprotected on his wood line.
Yup. Golly, minus the forward spearmen, of course, which are being trickled. And if Knights counter pikes, they definitely counter spears.
Yeah. Especially Feudal Age spears with no upgrades.
They do have 1 armor.
Okay, they do have the armor, sorry.
You're good. Now, what I'd love to know is, are these 3 men-at-arms going to sit there for the rest of the game?
Probably.
Understood.
They have a combined 38 HP.
Mm-hmm. Now, they will become longswords, though. That's pretty
true.
cool.
That's
what
not
is in this archery range? 3 skirms. Okay, we're still. Why are we still making skirms? We've seen the knights. We know he's not going crossbows.
Yeah, and I would have loved to see these red knights go to the wood line rather than that gold. He simply alerted his opponent that he was there, did not get a single damage on the villagers, and now he's got the knights grouped with the archers, so they're moving at archer speed.
Yup. We love knights moving at archer speed. If we're the Fool.
And yeah, TechHead is not going to find any damage with this anytime soon. He has really missed out on an important timing. These vills on the gold will get found, but man, I would have loved to see some knights in that wood line.
They still could go there.
Yeah,
if they stopped grouping horses with archers.
Yeah, he's going to lose some...
Is it that weird at this elo still to just have 2 control groups here? Having cav and having archers?
I mean, you can manually click them even if you don't use control groups. It's not too much extra, but he will find the wood line finally. And the Fool did not take the knights in his base as a cue to protect these vills, and he hasn't reacted at all either.
The skirms and pikes forward have done a decent job of cleaning up, but they are knights right there, so still not gonna win.
Yeah, the Fool has lost 9 vills.
And counting.
And counting, yeah. She will live? Yep, she lives.
Yeah, but the guy on the wood line did not. Sadly. Blacksmith finally going up for TechHead. I'd love to
And
see a forward siege workshop from TechHead right now.
the Fool needs to buy some stone and build a Crepos or two. He needed a Crepos on that gold 3 minutes ago, and now he needs a Crepos on the backwood as well.
Yeah. He needs something. But the problem is he wasn't on stone and he was much later to castle, right? And
Yeah,
now
you just
he's
have to
down
buy the
10
stone in this
vills.
case. Yeah,
He
you just
he
have to buy the
lost
stone.
he lost 10 vills. He has double the idle TC time and is down actually 20 vills.
Yeah. Yep, he needed some defense on that wood line. Uh of some kind, of any kind. And I think that one raid will win the game here for TechHead here eventually.
It's TechHead's not in a situation where he can end the game. It's still losable, but we're clicking Scorpion.
Oh yeah.
I like this if we see like 5 of them. I feel like too many times people go Scorpion and they don't make enough of them.
Man, what I would have loved still is to have seen the conics from the Fool. Whether you build a castle, whether you build a Crepos, that unit is really going to trade well for you
The real
against the
question
knights.
is, will the Fool have the APM to continue producing out of 2 TCs to catch up economically with this little bit of breathing room that TechHead is giving him? Did you see
Yeah,
Battle Elephant and Scorpion?
TechHead is housed, so the Fool catching up here slowly but surely, but the Fool also not creating villagers, so
The Fool
yeah.
lost a lot of ills on food that I think he then sent to build that TC on the gold and then mine gold. So he had to reproduce his farming vills, meaning he was
Yeah.
spending food and not creating food.
Yeah. But the Blue Knights are going to find an overchop here if they just move 2 steps forward. Yep, okay. This is really nice.
Gosh,
Oh,
we
but he
hate
does.
Khmer houses.
He has that garrison hotkey. Look at that. That is beautiful stuff by Red. Just absolutely garrisons all the vills right away. Loses, what, 3 vills in total. That's over the course of the whole game. So, yeah, really well played by Red here. TechHead is certainly looking to be in a better position here.
Now, what's interesting to me is we have Scorps, we have elephants, but we don't
Yeah,
have Scorp elephants, or rather, ballista elephants.
yeah, looking a little AI-ish here from TechHead, and the Knights are not going to be afraid of what TechHead has forward here. TechHead's going to need a little bit more than that. And you wouldn't mind to see Pikes with this army, but it's awkward because he probably doesn't even have a barracks with the Khmer.
Is the
He
Fool
doesn't.
panicking a Mangonel for the Scorps? We just saw him drop a siege workshop in the back of his base when he saw those Scorps come out, and I think that
Nothing
might
created
be
yet.
okay. And the elephants are, of course, going to walk right on under that TC.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
They do not care, but the pikes are here, so they should care. Now,
Well, the elephants are going to walk right back into that wood line.
the Fool is trying to even up
And
the eco KD, finding many more kills with his knights on the farms.
yeah, but the full surround comes in here. Okay, yeah, gets the clear up at home.
And
The full
TechHead
forward. Oh,
just
man.
lost behind or just lost forward and lost at home.
Yep, yep. So well played here from the Fool. Man, this feels like the last set. We have one player who struggles a little bit more with the eco, but is better at making military and coming forward, and then another player who feels like they want to make more eco at home, boom a little bit more, and has a harder time with the army control and being proactive. So
I wonder
The
what TechHead has seen to go full Scorp battle elephant.
Because it's amazing and fun and super sweet. Like, why wouldn't you? That's a wonderful composition.
Yeah, I feel like if you're gonna
Um,
go battle elephants though, you just go melee.
you just have to make the fights happen where you want them to happen. That's the real difficulty here.
And with a slow army like this compared to the, well, pikes from the Fool.
Well, that's what I mean, right? This army is so slow. Like, you have to try and make the fights happen where you want them, because you can't
Um,
go to any fights. You're not very mobile.
the mangonels have been queued now, but the Fool is now, it's now the Fool's turn to be housed forever, as he builds a house with one Vil while he's
Yeah,
housed.
yeah. Game is gonna continue. Neither
Yeah,
player
I don't think
seems
either
to.
player is winning anymore. TechHead let the Fool reboom, but TechHead is still doing a better job of producing Vils consistently.
Yeah,
Tech,
but he's having a little bit of a housing crisis here for the last few minutes. He is building one house at a time. Now going to rectify that, but you know, the idle TC is not as bad as it looks for the Fool, because he's been on two TCs for way longer.
true.
So actually, just a 7 vil difference here, with a lot more in the queue here from the Fool. So he will catch up on villagers, and I would love to see a third TC here from the Fool when he can afford it, on the
Now, I
other open gold over
I
there.
really do not want TechHead to go forward without all of his army. If you go forward with all 12 of these Scorpions and 11 Battle Elephants, I think you can beat this army from the Fool, but we don't have the full army there, and the Knights are just going to swing around onto the
Oh
Scorpions. If we had
no!
all the Scorps, we might have killed the Knights, but that's not what's going to happen. The Elephants are too
Oh
slow, and it's a
man!
big old cleanup on the siege. Now the
And the
Elephants
pikes are
might
gonna.
have the damage here.
Yeah,
Okay.
the pikes are gonna get cleared up, but that is the Fool is not gonna complain about that fight.
Yeah,
He took out all the Scorpions.
we left most of our army at home for TechHead.
Oh, I would have loved to see the attack ground and then back up from the Mangonel there,
Oh
but
yeah,
he is gonna just lose it for free, which feels really bad.
for sure. Now, the Rat said something good in chat, which was, "Where's the monastery, the Fool? You're up against elephants."
Yeah, the Fool needs a monastery for sure. Both players could use a monastery here, honestly. And nope, I thought that might be one from the Fool, but that is just another barracks tier. So it is going to be
Of
full
course.
pike defense.
Now, it's another even bigger army this time for TechHead,
Yeah,
and he still hasn't
this
even
looks
lost his forward army.
freaking cool as this army, though. Look at this.
This is fun. This is the fun army.
If I'm the Fool right now, I am feeling
Attack
very
the Knights. Attack the
intimidated.
Knights. Please, no, you're...
Oh
Oh,
man, you
and we
can't let
sacrifice the
your
Scorps.
Scorpions. Yeah, loses the Mangonel for free again, but it's gonna lose all these
Dude,
Scorpions.
these Scorpions could have
Oh
done so much.
no,
Honestly, we didn't even attack the Knights with the Scorpions.
no, you
Like,
have to keep the elephants around the Scorpions there, and
did you
that's an
see...
amazing fight for you.
Did you see how easily those Knights went down, or that Knight went down to the Scorps? If you had just attacked that group of Knights as they came in, you at least would have killed one or two. There were some low ones in there too at
Yeah,
that point. And now we're literally chasing Knights with elephants and pikes.
yeah, that could have been exactly what I was talking about. He had the fight he wanted, where he wanted it, but he just simply didn't have his army in the correct position, and he lost everything. Now, that being said, he does still have 8 battle elephants on the base of the Fool here, so the Fool is going to have to find something for these elephants.
Why is the Fool going Scorpions too?
He's like, man, that seems like a fun. I like that idea.
Okay, well. My question is, what is TechHead's plan going forward? Is he just going to keep doing the same thing? Like,
Yeah, he's just
which one of
attacking
these
the
players is going to
lumber camps.
pull the trigger on Imp as we see a dock in the middle at 45 minutes?
You love to see it. I mean, still Still good work if you can get it, right? You've got 675 food there. You can take the shorefish if you want. So I like that play actually a lot, and he's going to queue 3 fishing ships right away. I think that's really smart if you're struggling for food at home. Just make the dock and take the free fish that's out there. And then after that fish is gone, you can fish trap away to your heart's content. It is pretty risky in the middle. It's easy to get a castle built on your fishing ships, but the Fool is not coming forward with a castle anytime soon. He's been at 105 stone this entire game, it feels like.
I like how TechHead has been taking out production buildings. These battle elephants do have a bonus against buildings. They already have quite high attack, so it's nice to see him use that to its full effectiveness. We do see an attack round come off, but that mangonel is going to get shred. And now these
It
battle
is the right idea.
elephants...
Yeah, the Fool had the right idea there, but he just needed more.
Yes. And we are going to see the rest of these elephants sacrificed to the TC gods.
Yeah, they need to run away.
Well, I don't know. Tech has got yet another army at home.
Yeah, and the Fool does still have the villagers producing out into the world, so he has lost a few villagers for free there.
I'm sorry, are there enough elephants here to take out this TC?
Yeah, absolutely. These elephants are going to come forward and delete this TC.
No, I meant the 2 that are there currently.
Oh, well, eventually on a long enough timeline, but they're going to get some assistance here in a moment. Well, maybe not. He's just going...
I like how the new elephants just don't even... Not at all.
TechHead heard you and he was like, you know what? I'll take the 2 elephant challenge. He just patrolled over there, and the Scorpion is going to go down. The elephants are now going to delete this TC. There is a forward army for the Fool that is kind of going to find this stuff, but he needs to click forward. He needs to click the knights forward right now. Oh, man. Painful stuff. He's looking at this stuff at home where he's getting completely cleared here, but he could have found just as good a raid. Okay, now he does click forward, and he is going to find some kills there, but he is getting massively mopped up at home as well. Who wins this game right now? It's got to be TechHead, right? He's 50 vills ahead. Oh, man, but it... why does it still feel like the Fool is...
Let's do the line test, T-Money. I think you've watched my stream enough, maybe to know what I mean by this. Draw a line down this map, and whoever is safer on more of the map is the one who's currently winning.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's TechHead all the way there. He's got TCs all over the place, which is wonderful.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job of booming. And the GG is called. Yeah, these battle elephants are just going to keep on steamrolling. And honestly, that's a tech switch that I didn't even think about. It doesn't take much of a switch, and it did a lot of work there.
Yeah, we were kind of laughing about battle elephants and scorpions, but that ended up being the perfect composition, so well played to TechHead.
And you know what I honestly think? Just like last set, the player that didn't tech switch and just went for good eco and big production won.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. He figured out what he wanted to do, and he made a lot of units and won the game with them. I mean, very, very straightforward. What a fun army comp, though. You love to see the battle elephants and scorpions come through.
Wait, what made a really good point. A couple monks would have flipped that game.
Yeah, absolutely. Imagine 4 or 5 monks at home there when those elephants march forward. You win the game with that, right? Because now those are your elephants.
Yes.
And it doesn't look like well, let me see. I'm on AoE2 Insights here. Okay, the next game has been completed. So let me grab this wreck and I'll...
Even if one monk converts one elephant, you gain on res. Even if one monk converts one knight, you gain on res. That's the thing. Is monks are almost always going to be cost effective against the units you want them against, right? You want them against knights, you want them against elephants, you want them against anything that has high armor, and slow move speed, or who has high stats but no conversion resistance. So that includes elephants, that includes knights, that includes sergeants, that includes not Teutonic knights. Um, but yeah, no, I definitely agree that you're always gonna get a res boost to any sort of conversion there, especially on something as cost heavy as an elephant. And we are going to be jumping straight into game two here. Now we should be headed to. Hang on, I'm re-pulling up the maps. Um,
African reed beds.
yes, African reed beds, meaning that I think that this is going to end up being Sicilians versus Koreans or Turks versus Koreans.
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
What? Oh my
Wrong on all
gosh.
counts.
They don't want to do tower stuff, I guess. Oh, we're not even on Ring of Reeds. Oh, you
Yeah,
said
African
African
reed
reed
beds.
beds. I was predicting for Ring of Reeds. So yeah. Uh
Yeah, you had the wrong reed-based
I
map.
had the
Nice.
wrong map in my brain and then said the wrong civs because I thought it was a different map. So nice. Let's go ahead and I'm paused at 7 seconds here.
All right, give me one sec. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2 of this Archer Bracket Knockout quarterfinals set. We have Team Money. Who do we have in the blue?
That would be the fool on the Georgians.
And who's this in the red?
That would be TechHead on the Slavs.
And what map is this?
This is African reed beds, as we've learned.
Oh, I'm so glad you're here because I know nothing. Now, tell me what you think about this matchup. Is this going to be yet another infantry rush?
From who is the
From,
question?
well, I've seen Drush from Georgians. I've
Yes, you're
seen
welcome.
I've seen Men at Arms rush from both Slavs and Bulgarians. So maybe the heads on the other. That's not a saying. Maybe the shoes on the other foot.
No, I do think we will see scouts from the Georgians. That is just the ideal play.
Scouts and the Knights. Yep.
Yeah, and then I could see the Slavs also going for scouts, to be honest. Obviously, you lose the heads up fight against the Georgians, but their farming eco is just fantastic. So you should theoretically be able to outproduce your opponent significantly in Feudal Age.
And chat is making fun of me now for not understanding idioms and says maybe the head's on the other shoe or the head's on the other neck. So
Yeah,
uh,
something like that.
something like that. But yeah, no, I definitely agree with what you're saying. I think the mix-up could be, and I don't think there's any world where we see this, one of these players going for archers.
I could see both of them going for archers as their second unit in Feudal Age, right?
True. That is how it is, though, isn't it? It's always something into archers or just raw dogging archers.
Yeah.
Now, do we think
I
we're going to see
like
dogs?
I don't think you want to dock if you're the Slav player. Simply because your farming eco is good enough where you'd rather just spend that wood on farms, in my opinion. Um, but I don't think it's incorrect to dock. I just personally feel like it's easier to farm.
True.
From the Georgians, maybe, maybe not. It certainly doesn't appear that either player is interested in docking anytime soon with 3 on wood for both.
I definitely agree that we're not going to be seeing docking, and I also don't think we're going to be seeing archers. I think this is going to be full scout spears, maybe men at arms from
For both.
Slavs, but
Yeah.
I think it's going to be scout spear play. Spears at home, scouts out forward. Now we didn't talk about the wall ability of this, and I think this is actually like for TechHead, this is the one of the worst gens I've seen.
This is horrendous for TechHead. I mean, he does have a lot of wood in the back, so I would say his overall base is not something I am too upset about. But yeah, honestly, for both players, it's pretty tough to wall. Um,
Yeah, my big thing is
you
I
do
always
have
look at the
olive.
front wall, and the front wall is where if you have to put a bunch up there, it can get really tricky to defend.
Yeah, you do have back resources of all kinds for the Fool, which is really nice. All of his golds and stones are in the back, which looks very, very cozy. Um, Whereas you do have that kind of awkward gold for TechHead, but I think he'll be okay. I think both players will be able to get some, eggish walls down at a minimum.
Egg
And I
base.
think we will see this game, go to Castle Age. That's my prediction, at least.
Oh, for sure. I don't think based off of what we've seen in this set, either player is going for a feudal age game end play. Everybody here in the quarterfinals seems to be playing in such a way where they're like, "Man, I really don't want to be the one to mess up and then lose in feudal age because I invested in 12 scouts and now my opponent's on camels." So I do think that we've seen a lot of caution here today in day one of the quarterfinals.
And if I'm the Georgians player here, I'm doing everything I can to take the middle early.
For
I
stone.
know you are a little skeptical for stone and just for control. Having access to that middle area with the ability to make mule carts, and everything you can do with the Georgians just lends itself to taking the middle here.
I
Um,
think if you're gonna castle the
Whereas,
middle though, you want to castle one of the entrances where it's not cracked. You actually have four separate north, south, east, west entrances where you can almost fit a
yeah,
castle. You can fit a castle in the front, or in the north and the south. I think you can fit one on the east. I don't think you can fit one on the west. So if you're gonna castle the middle, I prefer it just off the cracked terrain.
yeah, and what I'm picturing for our Georgians player would actually be some feudal age map control,
Towers?
building some military. Yeah, I could see a tower. Maybe some towers towards the front of the red base, to control that middle area. And yeah, I think whatever you can do to take the middle is what you want to be doing as the Georgians player here.
I think mule carts should be able to attack for one damage. I feel like the mule carts should be able to defend themselves with a kick. I feel like that'd be
That would be
fun.
really strong.
That'd be really funny though.
I, you could have mule carts killing monks.
I mean, yeah, is that not epic? We
No,
do
it's
see,
pretty epic.
dude. I want to see a monk get donkey kicked. Mules can only kick behind them. Okay, put the carts
uh,
in front. I'm
there you
just being
go.
silly,
Put the cart
but
before the horse. All
yeah,
right.
we do have a
Uh,
stable for the Fool and a stable for TechHead.
yeah, both players want to go into some scouts here. Eco upgrades coming in.
Look how
One
heavy the
villager
Fool is
difference
on
so
gold,
far. Just
though.
yeah,
What
yeah,
is
that's interesting. I'm not sure what he wants with that. Maybe archers, or maybe he's just thinking about
buying castle?
you know, buying Castle Age because he doesn't have much food eco. I would have loved to have seen again this. I would have loved to have seen these 6 villagers and this mule cart that are on gold, 7 villagers now, simply go to the middle instead.
Oh,
Imagine
really?
if he just sends those fills in that mule cart, starts taking the hunt on the middle, and
Yeah.
then you defend it with military.
I thought you were gonna say take those six villas in that mule cart and take the zebra. That's right there. That 560
You can do
food.
that too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
I've
that.
seen
I wouldn't mind that at
lots of
all.
people go mule cart hunt on this map because you actually have
Yeah,
a
no
hunt.
question.
You actually have a hunt +2 near your base.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah, no question. I would like to see that as well.
what's interesting to me is both players' scouts uh, are on the field, and the Fool immediately runs his into the TC.
Yeah, but he... Oh, nice quick walls. Nice job there from TechHead. That was beautifully done. Probably would have been fine, because it's 4 scouts versus 3 plus the vills, so he would have been okay, but gets the quick walls down. Not
Ooh,
sure about this
good
fight here from
micro.
TechHead.
This was really good micro for
Yeah,
the full, though.
TechHead...
Did you see him pull the low one out?
Yeah, good. Yeah, because those Georgian scouts will be
Heal right
brand new
back
here in
up.
a few minutes, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Super good engagement for the
Well
full.
played. TechHead doing a good job of walls down. The Fool still kind of starting to work on that, but TechHead has that left side completely walled.
TechHead is
So
actually
he
committed
is
to a dock and 4 fishing ships.
wow. He is getting some villagers killed at home right now, though, and he does have a spearman here, so he will be able to push that back.
But
Luckily for
again,
him, the scouts did not run back to those fishing ships.
and again, these are Georgian scouts, so he's just gonna. Neither player has husbandry. These scouts are just gonna run away, and bloodlines came in, which means they have more health now. And they
Yep.
should just be able to dip.
Yeah, and as I predicted, this game is going to get to Castle Age for sure.
The real question is who gets
No
tonight's first.
major damage. Yeah, that is the question. 750 gold in the bank here for the Fool.
Do we have a market?
Would love to see him sell that or buy some food and click up to Castle here.
I'd love to see just the market. Oh, the Fool is actually
Yeah, he's spending
getting
a lot of wood.
He's getting wood housed on his farms.
Yep.
What do you call that?
Yeah,
When your Vil walks to the thing.
the maraca sound.
The maraca. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Like, what is that? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what. I always call it like wood housed or like farmhoused. Could still take the hunt, dude. He could take so much hunt. And the scout gets cleaned up. No, it doesn't. It actually gets out. Nice.
These vills on gold honestly needed to be on any other resource, and he can still do it. Like, he needs to realize that these vills on gold are not getting him anything right now.
So close, man. Now, there was a hole on the hill here between the palisade and the house. Yeah.
Oh no.
Hill walling, baby, and the scouts are in. And we will see another Vil go down.
Yeah.
But the scout gets out too. Wow.
I was about to say this is not too threatening, but he is gonna find some.
The Fool is finding all the damage in this game.
Yeah, again, this is like a game that fits his skill set a little bit more. He's gonna take the spearman fight on the hill. I do not like this at all.
Yeah, why do you take that fight uphill?
Yeah,
he chose a really weird time to fight.
Yeah, he might have thought he had the hill or misjudged it a little bit, but I think you run away with those scouts 100% of the time anyway. And honestly, you can run your scouts back to those fishing ships and clear up all the...
Yeah.
Or at least a couple of those ships by the time the spears get there.
And he knows the dock is there.
We do see the market here from... We do finally see the market from the Fool. He's going to buy some food here. Surely the Fool is going to buy some food here. He's going to buy the food.
Surely, right? Why did we not kill that Wallingville? The Fool?
TechHead almost has double Castle Age resources, but is missing his building.
My man's going in.
Little trouble from both getting up to Castle here.
He built the blacksmith, he clicks Castle. There we go. As we just see Spearman take out 2 fishing ships, by the way. Both players saving for Imp? Yeah, but why?
Yep.
Saving up gold for a new Bugatti.
You need Castle Age first. But we will see a relatively similar castle time for both here in the end. Both players with some issues getting up, but did make it happen. fortunately. So not sure. Okay, he did plug the wall on the left.
Why
So
do
that's really
spears have
nice.
bonus
He
damage
hasn't
against
finished the walls
ships?
on the right side, but I think it's left over from when ships and
Or
camels
camels?
shared an armor class.
Well, it's not a small amount. It's +9, so...
Yeah. I like that. I think that's really good. Like I think it makes sense.
So that means spears counter demos.
I mean, okay, does it make sense? No. Yeah, it might not make logical sense, but I think it makes balanced sense. We'll put it that way.
Castle Age, despite the amount of
I
res
like
both
having
of
a
these
land
players
unit
have
that has
had,
some damage bonus.
despite having so much res from both of these players, they're both going to be going up to castle almost identically. It's about 14 seconds behind for TechHead.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what both players want to make here because it's very low military count, 5 spears versus 6, and a single scout for both. We see knights from both. Okay. I like that. Arm armor coming in for Tech Head, whereas the Fool opts to make 2 more knights. So very similar thought process here. Both honestly need to shift click knights in their stable, uh, or more stables.
Okay, what do you think about one of them just going Siege Workshop Monastery or University Monastery and clicking imp?
Why wouldn't you? Yeah, I mean you should.
At this point,
If I'm the Fool, I'm spending some of that gold to buy a castle, and then I'm clicking up to M.
I do like the Fortified Church finally from the Fool. Finally gonna see his eco bonus come into effect. And I'd also love to see that mule cart mosey on up to that
I
wood
would
line.
like to see. Yeah, and I would like to see a TC anywhere in the middle from either player, honestly, but especially from blue. Like a TC maybe towards that opening where he can take that stone and that wood, move over to the short sea turtles, right? Box turtles, excuse me. Um, yeah, I don't know. Extra TCs, red has one in the back that's very safe, which I don't mind. Little awkward there because he couldn't build it on the stone in the wood, but that's completely fine. And he's gonna be able to farm away, which is what you want to do with the Slav. So I think we will ultimately see more knight numbers for Tech Head, and that is reflected, as we can see, in their unit queues right now. Both players need more stables.
Now, the Fool is 7 on stone, which could be very good for him. He may be looking at a castle drop of some kind, or maybe even just a castle for map control. Maybe even a castle in the gold pile. I don't mind it as long as it's not just sitting at home doing nothing. We have the fortified churches to not only buff our units, but also to make monks and have
Big
a safe
fight,
place for the villagers. I'd love to see
and we're
monks
gonna see
come get
some knight.
involved in this.
Yeah, yeah. Either player needs to make.
He leashes the patrol. I think that these knights are in defensive stance, and some of them went back, and some of them didn't leash. They got sent back to their starting plot. No, come back, the Fool. Stop. No, don't do it. No, please. Please come back.
Yeah, this is not a fight you want. Oh, he's on the hill.
Baby, come
He's on
back.
the hill.
Baby, come back.
But the
Pike comes in.
Fool
There is a
has
pike there.
foraging, and
We're grouped with the
the
pike.
forward castle has been placed.
Look at that
The forward castle has been
beauty.
placed. The villagers are walking forward.
There's a 4 health
That
scout
is
in the
not a
middle.
legal castle.
It's not a legal castle?
Yep, and that's not a legal castle. It's gonna get deleted as soon as he
Oh,
arrives.
is it
He
in the
doesn't know that
house?
the buildings are there. It's on
Yeah.
top of buildings.
That's okay. We can move it
Yeah,
back.
he's gonna have to replace it.
That's okay. As long as we can win this fight and get the castle up. Don't walk the
Yeah, you have to
bills
win the
into the
fight.
knights.
Oh,
Don't
you have
walk
to
the
win the
bills into
fight.
the knights.
Brother.
Oh, the conversion got canceled.
Gets
No, it actually got
another
canceled
month.
because it died. That monk still has full faith.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Castle's
But
replaced.
the castle will be placed here. Yep.
He doesn't realize that his monk still has faith.
We see only 4
Please.
vills here, though.
I don't care. He won the fight. TechHead can't get
And the
enough units.
castle is
Build
not
the
being...
castle! Oh my gosh, where are we looking? Where on earth are we looking that is more important than this?
The castle. But TechHead had to throw his entire army away to deny it.
Dude, I think we were looking at sending vills to gold, which kind of makes me livid, because this is the most important thing going on right now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
This getting denied is extremely detrimental to the Fool's push.
Yeah, that is for sure. But he does clear up the army. He needs to send more vills right now, which he is doing. Okay, he's sending 11 vills. That's perfect.
Okay.
He's gonna fully commit to building the castle here, and then he's gonna shift click Manaspa.
He's
as
gonna
soon as this castle
spit
leaves.
click Manaspa. I like that we
Yeah.
both have monks and have the Georgian healing, meaning that these knights, every fight they take, they're just getting more and more value.
Yeah, and these monks do have faith. Yep, he needs to convert. Not doing it.
Now he
But
is.
TechHead's not sure what to do. He doesn't know if he should attack the monks or the villagers. Ends up doing neither.
Mangonel on the vills. We're through the house. Kill the Mangonel. We're through the house.
Splat.
Kill the Mangonel. Right click the Mangonel. Click the Mangonel. The vills need to be alive. Click the Mangonel. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
The panic
No.
decision making on full display there.
That was pretty funny.
Oh
you need
my
to make
goodness.
Manaspa right away. You need to make Manaspa right away. He does. Okay, he clicked 6 Manaspa. Let's go.
Jammin' AoE, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
And he's
Enjoy
coming
the
into
chat.
the base with the villagers. He is coming into the base with the villagers. He would like to do something else with these villagers. Not sure what yet. They are here. The Manaspa are being created and have been garrisoned in the castle. And we have full health on all these knights back here because of the monks and the
Monks
regeneration.
and the... Yeah,
Villagers
that's so
have built-
strong. Defensive
Villagers
market
have
now
built
for
a
TechHead.
mule cart on the gold. Nice.
You know what makes me really sad?
So, what's that?
This castle position. Because the Fool can literally kill every
range the
single...
TC.
He can kill every single piece of TechHead's eco despite this castle. This castle could have gone on the hill in front of the TC. It could have gone next to his forward TC. It could have gone on a forward gold. But instead it literally ranges nothing but a woodline and a pile of stone. Good morning, Czar. How are you? Nice to see you.
It's a... For sure. This game is the Fool's to lose at this point. He has everything. Yeah, I'm not sure what TechHead can do from here. But is going to continue to fight on for now.
If TechHead was going to go
Top
pikes...
is pretty similar.
If TechHead...
TechHead has a huge villager advantage, and the populations are very similar, so he just needs army.
We needed monks from TechHead to match the Fool's monks, and we needed pikes sooner from TechHead.
And he does have 1 boyar. If he could get... see, I still don't think you win against the Knights and Manaspa. There's just too much army.
Yeah,
Here
you
from
can't...
the
That's the
Fool.
thing, right? You can't
just
get the
don't see-
numbers.
Yeah, but he does have a big, massive pikes. He's been very patient with these pikes, and it could find him purchase back into this game if he takes the right fight. Just
The big
cannot
key
fight under
here-
the castle.
The big key here is Will the fool realize he can just run under this TC and delete it? Because he can.
Yeah, he definitely can.
We did throw away a couple
But
of units there.
we threw
And
away a few units here.
our units are clicked on the market, but the market goes down at the
okay.
right time. Ooh, we're trying to micro too much. Stop. Press S. Please press S. Oh my gosh. We just lost so much there for nothing. Don't run under the castle with the pikes. Okay, well,
horrible.
never mind.
Yeah,
It doesn't matter.
No. Well, yeah, TechHead did not get the fight he was looking for there, simply put.
He
That's
won
gonna
the
be really
fight
tough
with
for
those
him.
free hits, and then he chased under the castle.
Yeah, he needed to just back up there.
Doing good, getting up early to watch and play some Mage. Let's go, Czar. Love to hear it.
TechHead still 13 villagers ahead. And the army count is similar, so Tech. I know it's, but he is clearing up the stuff on the left with the pikes here. That's a lot of military
TechHead
kills
may
there.
have gotten the number of pikes out that he needs to contest this game.
He just can't contest the castle right now. That's his biggest issue, and he can't go anywhere.
Honestly, looking at this res, I'd love to see TechHead either get more farms down somewhere or just buy up, because the fool has clicked imp, and if TechHead's
he
not in
needs to
imp
go
in the
up.
30 seconds after that, he's donezo.
Yeah, this is probably gonna be imp into GG.
I did just get a DM from the
Maybe.
fool saying restoring. I don't know. I feel like that's... Actually, I'm not going to say anything else.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah,
we
fair
are
enough.
losing more vills to the knights now. TechHead is literally in a corner.
Yeah, he's pretty boxed in over here. He does not have squires either. Does he?
No.
No, he doesn't have
No.
squires. So that's gonna be frustrating when he realizes that. 45 pikemen, no squires. Trying to chase down these knights. That would have been really helpful.
Hold on, the fool. We've clicked imp, and now we're clicking man-at-arms and making Castle Age Rams.
Man-at-arms, let's go.
We are making Man-at-Arms and Castle Age Rams.
Supplies!
No way! Are we...
supplies in the chat.
Are we freaking... Yeah, we have to use other AoE emotes because I don't have mine yet. Oh, goodness.
Yambasan's coming in as well. He is fully committing to infantry, and it's actually the right play here. He needs something to deal with these pikes, and he can't do it with his current army.
He could just make, I don't know, siege. One good mango shot or onager shot.
He probably should go for hand cannons, but
yeah, that's so much better. What are we why are we not going for hand cannons? Sorry.
Because long swords are way cooler. It does take a long time to get into hand cannons, right? You need to wait on chemistry, and then the hand cannons themselves take an incredibly long time to produce.
Right, but the fool's really not on a timer. TechHead is. Right?
Yeah, I don't disagree. But yeah, the long swords are sweet anyway.
Yo, when did TechHead get on this gold?
Oh wow, it's been very recent.
Yeah, but there's a lot of knights there to contest.
There's a lot of knights indeed.
Oh, downhill attack on these spikes is gonna shred though. Do we have the upgrades? No. No, we do not. And Imp is still 25 seconds away, and we're getting capped ram.
Squire's finally coming in.
Are we gonna do longsword
Squire's finally coming in
Ferraris?
for tech. It's
Man,
it's a pretty good play,
I've
honestly.
seen Captrim clicked 7 times today, I feel like. I've seen Captram more today. Clicked in imp, mind you. When you have trebs. When you could just go
And
trebs.
the fool has lost a bunch of longswords just to the castle in the main base for TechHead. He had a gather point issue or something. He was just trickling a bunch of longswords into that massive pikeman and the castle.
Dude, if TechHead wins this game, holy cow.
I don't see it just because the fool has control of the entire map, including the golds, right? There's no way you can outlast that.
You think?
I do like the fish traps. We do see some fish trap action in the back here, which looks very nice.
Okay,
It's really important when your farming goes getting raided.
so we're getting Cavalier, and we got two-handed swords. So we're not going Champion or Paladin. And the Exodus has occurred, and TechHead is about to walk approximately 21 villagers right into a Georgian castle.
Yep, and that might be
That is going to kill
the
him.
final action of this game.
That is
Yeah.
actually going to kill him. He has the stone for a castle. He's been mining the stone in the front of his base. These pikes are doing horribly against these two-handed swords. We're getting
Yeah, but there
Cavalier.
is enough of them that they are going to get the clear up here.
Yeah, the problem is the Scorps behind are going to do work. And the Vills are idle under the
Yeah,
castle.
they are shredding.
We just
Yeah.
sacrificed so many Vills to this
Oh
castle.
my god, the Scorpions have done everything here. Oh my goodness.
Bro.
Scorpions,
We're ramming a
longswords, and
Treb.
Cavalier.
We're ramming a Treb. I love it.
That's actually great.
Yeah,
That's
that's
actually great.
fantastic. GG
So
should be
the
called here.
Fool is winning the game. Fool is winning the game with the full Age of Kings when I was 8 years old army here. Scorpions, two-handed
Two-handed
swordsmen,
swordsman, capped
and
ram,
Cavalier. Yeah.
and
Fantastic game by the Fool here. We're gonna
wow.
get a game number 3, and what a crazy series here, man. What a good
This has been
series.
so close. Like, look at this. Despite the situation where the Fool has been in the lead for most of the game, TechHead only was 900 res down collected.
Wow, that is really impressive. Yeah, that's a good
TechHead
point.
actually had a higher villager max too.
Yeah. Yeah, he boomed for a while. He just again didn't have the proactivity at all. He never really interacted with
The
the
Fool
Fool at his base at all.
the Fool is in the chat now. What's up, Fool? I hope you had fun playing.
All
We're
right,
about to jump
don't
into game
spoil.
3.
Yeah,
No
definitely don't spoil game
spoilers.
3.
If you
I
spoil this
will
set for
grab
me,
the.
I will time you out.
I will grab the wreck here
Oh wait, no, the
without.
Fool's in the chat. The Fool,
Oh,
send me game 3 rec so that we're not spoiled. Send me game 3 rec if you can.
and okay, I got it.
The Fool, I wasn't able to do the pregame analysis because the other set started, so I do apologize. There wasn't any pregame analysis for you two. Druzina might help a lot given the Fool isn't making range units other than Scorps. That's true. No problem. Yeah. I thought I saw you in here before. I thought you were trying to get my pregame analysis, and I felt really bad because I had to go start the other set before I could get to your analysis. But we are jumping into game 3 here of the last set of the evening. I feel really bad because my roommate and sister came over and asked if I wanted to go get food, and I told her it'd be like an hour, and it's been like an hour 20, so let me real quick before we start this game, T-Money, do a backflip for
Yeah.
chat so that I can go make sure that I communicate with her so that she can go to bed if she wants to.
Yeah, sounds good, man.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Sorry, guys.
So, chat. Right now, who wins the series? We've seen some great games by both players. No spoilers, don't check the results, but right now, who wins? Firefish says the Fool. I think it's extremely close. Rat says TechHead. I think it's been a very close matchup so far. Uh and we've seen some good games by both. No actual idea. Yeah, that's fair. It feels like an extremely close matchup with these players. Yeah, it does. It could definitely go either way.
Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get into game 3 if you're ready.
I am pretty ready here. Yeah, let me take a look here.
If you guys
Ring of
remember, if
Reeds.
you guys remember my Civ picks for this map before when I thought it was the other map, those are my same Civ. It's still my guess is Korean Sicilians for Ring of Reeds. I just thought we were on Ring of Reeds before, so I think this is going to be a silly little tower rush game, and it's going to be epic. I'm so excited. Who are we rooting for? Let's do a prediction here.
Yeah, I did ask them. I got mixed answers. I said, "Who do you think is going to win right now?" No spoilers, and got some differences of opinion, which I think is correct. I feel like this is an extremely close matchup.
Uh,
I am paused
all right,
at
you guys have 30 seconds to gamble. Put in your
Gambo.
put in your sugar cubes. Put in your hard-earned channel points.
Your T money, if you will.
All right, you've got 15 seconds. Place your bets. Place your bets. Quick, 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 quick. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. There's currently 5K on Fool and 20 on Tech. And the betting is closed. Alrighty, well, if the Fool loses, somebody's getting a lot of sugar cubes. Good odds, fantastic odds. 5,000 to 20, dude. I wish I had those odds any day of the week. All right, and look at that. I was right. Who would have thunk it? You ready, T Money? I'm paused at 5. Someone shot T Money.
I am here. Sorry, I muted for just a second. I'm paused at 19 seconds.
All right, let me catch up. The Fool says, "This one's for you, buddy." The Fool, if you
Oh
lose
man,
this game, I'm gonna cry.
this one's for you. Loses.
This one's for you. Is out of the tournament. All right,
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. Welcome, lady. Oh, I was fast forwarding. I'm at 32 seconds. Where are you at? I can come to you.
Yeah. Just pause at 32.
Okay.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 3 of this Archer Bracket Knockout Stage quarterfinal set. In the blue, on the Sicilians. Woo! Sicilian hype in the chat. We have the Fool SFC. In the red, on the Koreans, we have TechHead. And it is looking like a little bit of a Tower Rush showdown here on Pokeball. aka Ring of Reeds. And this is quite possibly the straightest gen of Ring of Reeds I've ever seen.
Yeah, it should be interesting. Look at the forward resources for both players. I would say you have to be happy if you're TechHead here. The gold and the stone are separate. Well, there's pros and cons to it, right? The gold and stone are separate, whereas they're right next to each other for the Fool. So you could argue that it's easier to protect, but it's also easier to lose when they're that close together. But yeah, it should be interesting. I feel like the from what we've seen from these players so far, I feel like the advantage is for the Fool here, just because he has shown a bit more willingness to be aggressive and a little bit better, maybe military control, whereas TechHead seems like someone who wants to boom a bit more, wants to play a little bit more late game, a little more passive. So
This is
I
a
think the
super weird
advantage,
gen. Sorry.
yeah,
Finish
I
what you were saying.
no,
I
you're good.
apologize. I interrupted you.
I do think the advantage is in favor of the Fool with the civilization and with their playstyle.
100%. Now, here's what I'll say. The Fool is playing the best Civ in the game, so the Fool wins, hands down. Um, but
Nice,
in all,
very good critical analysis. Yeah.
no, but what I will say, if it turns into a tower war because the dungeon can garrison 10 instead of 5, it does have more
Hmm.
health and more garrison space. So in that scenario, it's better. Not to mention sergeants can build them, so you don't have to have vills out in dangerous places. And the Fool is going forward already. Are we going to see a mill, or are we walling in our opponent?
He's gonna try and take some food out there. Not really sure what
Um,
she's doing.
I think
She's
she's
just kind of.
scouting somewhere to place a mill. Yeah, he hasn't scouted the middle at all. He's only scouted the
Yeah. Okay.
outside.
Okay.
He was trying to find
That
where
makes
he can
sense.
place a mill. And I don't remember who said it, but not a lot of berries in the middle compared to normal.
Yeah, that's interesting. Usually you
This
see way more berry bushes.
but I feel like there's more shorefish on the outside for some reason. Like it looks
I don't know.
packed.
I don't know.
Let me click real quick.
Very interesting.
Why does it show?
And
Okay, interesting. There's
you have to zoom
12.2k in
in because there's fish
shorefish.
on the outside.
Oh yeah, no, I was trying to do on the map total. On the inside there's 14k, yeah. Now there's plenty of
1400, yeah.
or yeah, what'd I say? 14k?
Yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
tired.
So I think if I'm the Korean player here, I actually don't engage with the middle at all. I drop a second layer of walls or stone walls. Yeah, look, he's building a house behind here. Um, you say, okay, you want to drop some dungeons, go for it. I'm just gonna back up, expand to the outside, and boom. And I'm not gonna play the tower game because you're not winning that game.
100%. Someone said, I wonder how the extra arrows for Donjon compare to upgraded Korean towers. Here's the thing, Firefish. Donjons automatically get an upgrade equivalent to Guard Tower in the Castle Age and again in Imperial Age. So they actually get the upgrades for free and instantaneously, just like the Koreans.
Yeah, but the dungeon is stronger.
Yes.
And Techhead's going to be very unhappy when he just waltzes nakedly into the middle here and sees that
Well, he's
the
actually
fool is
not.
already here.
He's not waltzing nakedly because he actually scouted it. So are we Vil fighting? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, we're
I
Vil
mean,
fighting. Guys, we're throwing hands in the middle. Who's got the better
and
Vil
so
micro?
far,
So far, the
advantage the
Fool is
fool. The
winning.
fool.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
there's
the
some
Fool is
weak bills
absolutely
here. Oh,
punching it. The scout goes down.
looks like.
There's less Vils for the Fool,
Oh
though.
man.
Oh, ads. We're going to go ahead and pause
And
T-Money.
okay.
Somebody hit the ad command.
Sure.
Firefish, did you just say ads? You're subbed. Oh, XVed said it. Okay, cool. XVed, if you hit exclamation point ads whenever he can't hear me right now, he's in an ad. um,
And Yeah, I'll wait. I'll save the analysis for a second, but or I can repeat this in a moment. But you got to shift queue. I don't know if you do this, how
I
much
do.
Vil fighting you do, but
I do.
you got to shift queue the Vils on the
Mm-hmm.
attacks, right? Like
Yep.
you can't wait until they kill the Vil and then click the next
Why?
one. Like that's
Why
just not
can't?
gonna work.
Why can't I put my Vils in aggressive stance?
I think it's a balance thing. If you could put Vils on aggressive, it would be very strong, especially in the early game.
Yeah, but I still don't think it would be bad. Like,
Also, then you could run through your opponent's base with a scout and aggro all the Vils and just take them wherever.
Extra said it looked like some action was about to happen. I didn't want to miss it. Are you back? Are the ads done?
Hope so.
I hope so too.
I am at 9:15 by the way. If you want to catch up, you might be a
Okay.
couple seconds behind.
Here, let me catch up. So, okay. There's I kept going. I'm at 9:18.
Okay, I got you.
Don't tell T90 about an auto-vil fight feature. Auto micro, auto macro, auto vils.
Auto everything.
Auto macro, auto vils. Oh man, I love that song. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. And the vil fighting in the middle is still commencing. And what's interesting to me is despite having less vils, the Fool is only barely losing
Fool
this,
is winning.
and the Fool has
Yeah.
killed more Vils. So I think even at this point, if the Fool loses all of his Vils, it will be even KD. Now,
Messy stuff though for both. Man.
but look
very
at the
interesting.
feudal time for the Fool. And he's
Yeah,
on
that's gonna
stone. He should be able to drop a dungeon on his golden stone and push into the middle here.
And that's all thanks to being out here earlier, right? He was on the shorefish, so he was that is some very fast collecting food.
Kita says, "How do hand cannons do against Huskarls? Really good."
No, yeah, they do. I hate this dungeon position.
Kita, did you already ask that question? I thought you were joking. Wait, you've asked that question twice, and now I don't know if you're joking or not. Kita, hand cannons are like one of the only counters to Huskarls because of the bonus damage that goes through Pierce Armor. Thank you. Oh, wow, that was a
Yeah.
genuine question, and now I feel bad for not answering it because I thought you were messing with me. You want to know why I don't hate this
Yeah.
dungeon? Because it was placed in such a way that TechHead didn't know about it, and so he couldn't Vil rush it, right? And that's the
Okay,
most
well, that's
important
fair.
thing. I do wish it was on the gold and the stone, but now we're gonna see another dungeon belt, and
Yeah,
the great dungeon
beget
creep.
dungeons.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
You're in a game and you're asking?
Oh,
Kita! Wow! Next time...
and no, don't go out. Don't leave. Don't leave. Oh, he's in the base. No, he left.
You know-
No, he
you-
was in.
You wanna know why this is fine? Because sergeants are OP as heck and have the militia bonus
Okay.
damage against buildings.
He does get back in anyway. He just
kills
kind
a
of
Vil.
He pushes.
He kills two
he pushes
Vils.
the villager like a deer.
Get out! Get out of the TC! Wow. Now,
Yeah,
if you're
loses
gonna
those
dungeon
sergeants.
rush Fool, I'm sure you've heard me say this before. The most important thing about dungeon sergeant rushing is the armor upgrade on sergeants. It makes it so they can tank so many volleys.
Yeah, man. They
And,
already have 2 base pierce armor.
They
in
are
feudal
so
age,
good,
which is
dude.
Great. Yeah, so.
Ooh, I
getting
don't
that
like-
extra plus.
I don't like these house walls from TechHead because now we actually just get to put a dungeon right there.
Yeah, but he has to do it. Like he doesn't have a choice.
Why would he not just wall right behind the gate? Or even,
Yeah, you
oh,
could-
he's
you could
still not up
rebait.
to feudal. These are Dark Age houses, which are
Yeah.
going to get shredded.
Yeah. Yeah.
For those of you who don't
Not
know,
looking
sergeants
too
have
good.
5 attack. They do 2 bonus to buildings, and there's -2. So that is 9 damage per hit from these sergeants on these Dark Age buildings. I'd love to see a dungeon
And we're
go
still
up in
90
this little
or
area.
90 seconds away. Yeah, we're still 90 seconds away from feudal here.
Now, the big
That is gonna
problem
be really
is...
tough for
The Fool is long distance stone mining when he has the wood for a lumber camp, or sorry, a mining camp, and the Fool only has 1 on gold, so he can't actually add more sergeants, and he lost 2 to the TC.
Yeah, he needs to balance that out a bit. Some of these vills on food should just make the perfect low elo lumber camp in between the stone and the gold there.
Something, dude. Something. Oh my
Imagine
gosh,
that
yeah, in the
or
front.
sorry, did I say lumber camp? The mining camp.
Yeah, I see
the
what you're
mining
talking
camp
about now. That would be
between the
gorgeous.
gold and the stone.
I
Yeah,
love
would
when
be
that works
perfect.
out, dude.
It's probably not the most efficient, but in this situation, it's exactly what you need, because you need to be taking both resources.
Is TechHead not spending wood repairing the houses?
He is. It's just very slow because a house only costs 25 wood.
Oh, that
So
makes
it only
sense.
costs 12. It
Proportionally.
only costs 12 to repair it. Yeah, you're only
Gotcha.
losing like a wood per 10
Okay,
seconds
now
or
we're
something.
donjoning in contention. The Fool, we need fletching here. We also need to garrison our donjon with vills so that we can shoot down this tower. And then we need to bust down the palisade on the side outside of the tower's range.
Yeah. Yeah, fletching is a must here for both players, but especially for the Fool.
When you're donjon rushing,
This
the
is
first thing
something-
you want is armor, the second thing you want is fletching.
Yeah, this is something you may know. Do sergeants build faster, the slower, or the same than a villager?
They build at the same rate, I believe, as a villager.
Left! He left! Why'd you leave the dungeon?
For 2 reasons. One, he can pull vills to build the donjon, and the sergeants are going to be on the watchtower. The biggest issue here
but it was
is...
like at 90%.
Yeah, I don't think that this was the right play. I think here we garrison vills in our donjon, and we just win the tower war.
Yeah.
It cannot be overstated how much stronger than a watchtower a donjon is.
Second, dungeon related question: do sergeants fire arrows out of the dungeon?
No. That is the
Okay.
one weakness of donjon rushing, is you can't add arrows with sergeants, but you can heal sergeants in donjons. It just takes a long time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Why not delay fletching and
Yeah, he
click up
needs
to
to
castle
garrison-
first? Yeah, that would also be a good option. I meant like at
That
the
would be
start.
fine.
At the start, if you haven't built like more than 2 donjons, go ahead and get armor on your sergeants and get fletching, because what fletching does is it allows you to place your donjons further apart and cover more surface area. Let's go ahead and donjon these
And
corners.
TechHead's eco is just not having any luck right now. He
There we go.
is very much on the back foot.
Yeah, let's get TechHead off of res. And if we're making the Korean player respond with towers of their own or have idle vills, that just means that's more time for us to click castle. Honestly, the Fool, now is when you click castle. When TechHead's still
Yeah, he needs to-
scrambling.
He needs to click up for sure. You can use the market to click up quite easily here.
Jump in.
And
Oh, that's a
he did-
problem.
he
We're
did
not
get
paying
the-
attention.
he did get the infantry armor.
Oh, good. Finally. We needed that so long ago.
This is a huge problem for TechHead. He needs to find some answer here very soon.
XVed has left
Would
us
love
to
to
go
see
practice
him-
with Scrappy.
I would love to see TechHead do a little market abuse of his own and try and get up to castle so he can expand around the sides. There is no, or it's very unlikely that the Fool is going to find pressure on the outside anytime soon. So you really need to bust out and go to the sides here.
So here's something that I haven't shared about my personal donjon rushing, and that is that I never actually put donjons where the donjon is in danger. I never want my donjon to go down because that is too much res and it is too much map
Yeah.
control to be throwing away
Yeah.
like under someone's TC. So if I was the
Agree.
fool, I would have donjined the stone and the gold for TechHead in the middle, made it so that he couldn't expand to the middle,
Yep.
and then I would have donjined the outside of TechHead's base so that he was in a little clamshell of dungeons, and then I would have absolutely gone to castle as quickly as possible and 3TC boomed while TechHead was trying to get out of his base.
Yeah, because TechHead is kind of pushing this back right now somehow.
It's
He's
because he's
done all the
garrisoning
right things.
Vils, and the fool's not.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's doing all the right things.
The fool has
Um,
6.5 minutes of TC idle time.
but the Fool is finally up to castle.
Fool's up to castle, and this is going to be a huge upgrade to both your dungeons and your sergeants. The big thing here is I think the fool needs to tech switch into knights, if I'm honest. I think knights wreck face here. TechHead's not going to be up to castle anytime soon, it doesn't seem like. And knights are so much better at getting under watchtowers and at raiding vills. Sergeants are really
Yeah,
good
what I
at
love.
staying alive. Knights are better at killing.
Yeah, what I love about the knight play is you have to expect that your opponent is going to go out the back of his base and try and expand that way.
Yes.
So you can always loop those knights around to
Mhm.
catch that.
I 100% agree. You can also donjon on the outside for the wood line. Yeah, exactly. There's like 7 donjons you can put outside the base here that absolutely wreck tech. And we already donjon the middle and got control of the food, right? Now we're taking tech stone, which is super important. And if we ever want to, we can always just drop a castle in the middle.
Yeah, I think we do see a castle dropped here as soon as we reach Castle Age. I could see him placing it just to the left of that most forward dungeon,
Right here, in
where
front
it
of
will
the
range
gold.
all 3 towers. Yeah, just where it will range all 3 towers, like maybe even touching that dungeon.
Yeah.
We should
Interesting.
see a castle here. We should see a castle.
Where's it gonna go? Honestly, I don't care where the castle goes. The fool just needs that pressure. Needs to put the
Place the
squeeze.
castle. The Fool, place your castle, buddy. What are you doing?
Pick a castle,
no
any
bills in
castle.
queue,
Now, we didn't
no
talk
bills in
about
queue,
the
no
fact
military in queue.
that castle coming in gives these sergeants +3 attack, +1 armor, and +25 health. So these are little
Yeah,
tanks now, without
they're
blacksmith
deleting these
upgrades.
towers. There we go. That's
Yeah.
exactly the castle I thought he would place. Perfect.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a little more to the left, but I honestly don't dislike this.
Yeah, I would have liked it to be a little more to the left. I was picturing it being
Honestly,
more
we're taking out the
kind of-
towers. I would have loved to see it on the gold, but that's just my greediness with forward castles.
kind of between the dungeon and that house on fire, like directly in between those two, is where I would have liked to have seen it.
Look how much these sergeants do not care that they are getting absolutely full garrison blasted by that watchtower.
No, they don't care at all.
They literally could not give less of a hoot.
Man, if the castle had been in range of that last tower, this would have been much better.
Macy says, I see there's another Sicilians game for me to salivate over. You know what? There's been a lot of bad Sicilian games in this tournament. The Fool is doing okay.
And
It's
here is
not
the game-ending
perfect.
castle.
Is this game ending?
Yeah. It's gonna deny Castle Age.
That's the big thing, right? Is if it denies Castle Age. Honestly, if we had 20 sergeants right now, we could walk them under that TC and absolutely delete it.
Yeah, and we need more Vils building this castle. But this castle, if he clicks the TC here, he could absolutely deny the Castle Age. Bodkin Arrow.
I'm really trying to figure out if there's a way for TechHead to come back into this. And I think
don't see
the biggest way that TechHead comes back into this is if he can somehow get out on the outside and reboot.
Yeah, he's gonna need to, but he's gonna have to reach the Castle Age for that to happen.
I don't think that this TC is going to go down fast enough to deny Castle Age.
Yeah, he doesn't have Bodkin. That would have been helpful. And if he just right-clicked the TC with more sergeants. But either way, we will see Castle Age reached here. But I don't think...
Do you think it's too
These
little, too
villagers
late?
on wood,
The fool.
Probably. These villagers on need to already be heading over to the side somewhere.
Macy says, if I redeemed cast my wreck and then grabbed the wreck from gold nothing, how would that go down? Well, the rules of cast my wreck is that I'll cast it in the next 48 hours. So what I would do is I would just start the stream tomorrow, probably with that, or I do it between the quarterfinal sets tomorrow. Macy, no. Macy, yes. The big thing here, the fool
from TechHead here.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, nice job from TechHead here to expand and drop that TC immediately. Right on the food too, which is actually really nice.
Yes.
Yeah, would love to see another one, maybe right behind that back gold, next to the wood line and the fish there. And he could also take the gold with that. Somewhere in that area would be good for another TC, but go ahead with what you were going to say.
All I was going to say was the TechHead here has done a really good job of actually not losing vills during these raids. He could be down like sub 20 vills, but he's done a really good job of trying his best to keep them safe. As the TC will be finished off here. Now the fool definitely needs to switch into knights, in my opinion. Or just drop off stone and drop another castle on this TC. He's got another castle in the bank.
See. He just doesn't know where it is, right? He has to know there's another TC, but he hasn't actually found it yet. He needs to send one unit forward to find that. And then he can just walk his bills directly on top of the farms and drop the castle right where that one female villager is right now.
Yeah.
Right in front of that TC.
What?
Red's gonna place a defensive castle.
That is a terrible defensive castle.
You have to do it.
Put it on your TC. Put it on your TC.
It does protect the gold somewhat.
It protect. Who cares?
Because he needs the gold.
Okay. Here's the thing. He can go get gold on the sides.
And we do see the in-your-face TC in your starting location.
Yeah, your bases belong to us.
Here.
All your bases are belong to us.
TechHead, if he's thinking about it, he needs to delete these farms.
No, he needs to just start farming on them. That'd be so much funnier.
No, I'm talking about...
Oh, TechHead? Yeah, TechHead needs to delete these, for sure. Bad Red Feather, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Enjoy the chat. Hope you're doing well. Everybody always comes in, like, in the last set of the day, dude. I swear. War Wagons are not the right choice. War Wagons are not the right choice. One, they do not do enough damage. Two, they are not tanky in the right way for sergeants. Three, they are going to be doing 4 damage, 5 damage per shot. And we have...
That's pretty good.
It's against 75 health?
No, if you had 10 to 15 to maybe 20 War Wagon, it's a different story.
Sorry.
But you do...
I'm listening, I promise.
No, go ahead.
Macy said, while I don't agree with most of your takes, I do agree that War Wagons are crap. Macy, we finally agreed. Now we can play Civ 6 together.
Yeah, I like an all-in War Wagon play, but I don't like the defensive wagons with the sergeants here. I don't really like the Siege Workshop. I don't feel like that's going to do much. Rather than that, I would have liked to have seen multiple monasteries. If you can start getting some conversions, that would be helpful here. It's not everything, but at least gives you some breathing room.
Are you talking about for TechHead?
Yeah.
I am a big supporter of monks against sergeants.
Yeah, it's one of the only things you can do, right? So
it's such a good unit,
I would have loved to have seen at least 2 monasteries if possible, especially with the amount of gold he has, making monks right away, and that might have given him a little bit of a chance, but now the market's going to go down. And The
The
game
Fool, is there a
is
restore?
over.
No, I don't think it's over. The
Y-
Fool messaged me and said there was a restore.
Oh.
The Fool, can you send me the restore, please? Actually, The Fool,
Yeah,
this is gonna seem like a silly question. How much longer does this game go on for?
I don't think that's a silly question at all.
Because I'm gonna be honest, if TechHead wins this game, I'm gonna cry. 20 minutes? Is anyone in chat going to feel robbed if we do not finish the restore? Because I do have someone waiting on me, and I feel like we know how this ends. Unless, T-Money, do you want to pop a stream on and finish the restore?
I'm gonna go to bed as soon as we're done with this.
Okay.
Sorry.
Watch on 2x speed. That's a good idea. Watch on 2x speed. All right, send me the restore link, The Fool, if you could. We'll watch it on 2 times. That's fine. I feel like that's the best of
Yeah.
both worlds.
If you could
Um,
pass that along to me when you get it.
yeah, of course. As long as The Fool actually sends it to me. I haven't gotten a response. The Fool is almost clicking imp. Yeah. Like, I feel like if we don't know how this game goes from here, everything I know about this game is wrong. 1 minute? No stress, Fool. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just on a time limit. That's a joke. Did my capture age just crash? My capture age just almost crashed while there was nothing happening. TechHead's comeback win gonna be crazy. Whoops, sorry, I leaked the ending. Oh no, somebody banned that guy. Actually, fun fact, Harry T is the only person to ever be timed out in my chat, and it was an accident. I was trying to time him out for like 5 seconds, and instead it auto-timed him out for like 20 minutes or something like that. And he said, "Do not ban me again." It was an accident. I was trying to be funny. That's why I don't jokingly time people out, because I punished Harry T wrongfully. Justice for Harry T. My boy did nothing wrong.
Despicable.
Oh goodness, I would never be biased ever. Also, see, I told you guys Sicilians was gonna win.
We don't know that.
We do know that. T-Money. As a caster, you have to be objective. And objectively, the Sicilians are winning right now. From this position. I'm not saying it's because they're the Sicilians. I'm saying that the Sicilian player is currently winning. Alright, I'm loading up the Babadi Boopy.
Can you send it?
Yeah,
Did you send
I
it?
thought I did.
Okay.
Did you get it?
Mm,
Oh, I never pressed enter. I dragged it into Discord and I never sent it.
nice.
Whoopsie.
Oh, it looks like the Fool sent it to me.
The Fool's the best. Much love, brother. I sense a large amount of bias coming from the general direction of tactical tea time. Would I ever be biased, Maesty? Chat. One in chat if I've ever been biased. 2 in chat if I've never been biased. No shot. You can't answer both, biscuits. That defeats the. You banned me because I see the Harry T, we should co-cast sometime. We should mend that relationship. Me and Nando squashed our beef. Maybe you and I can. Are you in game 3 yet, T-Money? I can only stall for so long.
Almost.
They become ravenous if the content isn't good enough. I'm down to do it again. Dude, Harry T, was fun the first time. 1.5. Kita, you haven't been around long enough to hear how I talk about Sicilians every single time they're mentioned. Also, Kita, co-cast when? Collab when? If the content isn't good enough, we gasp, entertain ourselves. True. Macy just starts dino dancing and then saying, imagine picking Sicilians. Imagine building castle at home.
All right.
Imagine bunskits. See?
What?
I'm at 39.48.
All right.
39.48. Sorry.
3, 2, 1, go.
And we're going 2 times?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alrighty. The war wagons come in. The Sicilians come out. The Sicilians come back in. The war wagons come back out.
And they shake it all about.
You put your wagon in, you put your wagon out, you put your wagon in, and you make scorpions.
These wagons are actually doing okay here.
They're doing okay because they're actually being micro decently.
Yeah, this
and
is
they have
actually
full
pretty
upgrades.
Nice.
But here's the
Yeah,
problem. The Fool is a minute 35 from Imp, right?
Yeah. This might end up being closer than we thought, though. 'Cause he does clear up a lot of
Yeah, he does
sergeants.
clear up a lot of sergeants. I think the bigger issue
just
is
needs
the
to-
eco, right? He's just got a
Yeah,
safe eco. Honestly, the Fool, you really
Yeah.
need to just drop a castle here
Ooh,
at first.
I don't know about this castle.
Well, I hate this. I hate this castle.
Yeah, he does get it up. And he does reach the Imperial Age, so he's going to be able to trap all this.
Kita, you're gonna stream after me? You better get that stream open so I can raid you.
He queues 5 trebs immediately, which is perfect.
In the next 5 days, Kita, literally tell me any day and we will cast it together. Oh wait, you're an Aussie, right? I have to do a midnight cast one day this week for the quarterfinals. You should jump in for that. Because midnight my time is what? Daytime for you? This is a lot of war wagons, actually.
Yeah, but we have trebs here. They took out the siege workshop. They're gonna take out the castle now.
I do
5
like
trebs.
I do like how the Fool is playing Sicilians exactly like I do, which is just, oh, I just don't have enough sergeants. War wagons suck at taking out trebs. Oh, it's because it's ranged attack, isn't it?
But he has nothing to support them. Yeah, they have nothing to support them though. The treb.
What do you mean? They're trickling 5 sergeants.
He's just trickling the sergeants.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
This is when you knight switch. This is when you cavalier switch.
Yeah,
Sicilian
agreed.
cavalier with Hallberg absolutely ends this game. But no castle from TechHead means he's no longer producing units.
There's no army for the Fool. He has 5 trebs and a mangonel in the queue.
Dude, Kita's gonna kill me. I keep calling her an Aussie when I'm pretty sure she's, what is it? What's it called? A New Zealander? I don't know what they're called. That's the problem, is I don't know what they're called. Is that offensive?
Kiwi.
Gary?
No.
Oh my gosh, TechHead summoned Gary. Hello, Gary. How are you? It's nice to see you.
Oh, the mangonel gets a big shot on the villagers before it goes down.
I was looking at Gary and you were looking at the game. Kita, I'd like to humbly apologize. I'd like to humbly apologize for Miss Island naming you.
And now the villagers come forward to attack the trebs. The sergeants are here.
Wow, we're Vil fighting the Trebs. Is that what you just said?
That's how you know.
Another castle. The Fool really says another one and slams down the castle. Blue can't be playing like tactical because Blue's actually winning. Carry. Gary! Oh my gosh, he calls the GG because Gary died. 100%. I promise you. He calls the GG because Gary died. Rip Gary. Rip Gary's in chat. New Zealand is just Australia 2.0. Hey, I'm trying to make friends with Kita, not have her hunt me down in the dead of night. And yeah, really well played from the Fool. Genuinely, you could have lost this game, the Fool. I want you to know that. Like, this game was 100% winnable for TechHead when he was pushing you out with the watchtowers. Going to Castle was your win con. Good job. What are your notes coming out of this for TechHead? because I think we've talked a lot about the Fool's performance, but I'd really like to see what you would tell TechHead to do better in the future, and then I will also say what I think you can do against this Sicilian strategy.
We called most of it out, right? Be able to reach castle sooner, expand backwards, and make monks. I mean, I think that is really honestly what you needed to do at that point. If we're talking earlier, being more proactive about Vil rushing the dungeons when the sergeant
Yes.
numbers were low. I think he had the position to do that.
100%. And as soon as I see that first dungeon arrow fly in the middle, I am click dragging all of those veils on that dungeon. So my 3-step program, patent pending. 1, Vil rush the dungeon. If this fails, 2, go archers. If this fails, 3, go castle, go siege. You did none of those, TechHead.